Answers to the top 3 financial questions ever asked. This is a really unique one, and it's the intersection of money and life. For many of us, there's an uncomfortable disconnect between money, life goals, and aspirations, especially when you think about generic financial planning elements and labels like retirement, wealth, risk protection, insurance, taxes, estate planning. Together, we're going to look at 3 of the most profound financial life questions ever developed. And they were developed by the author George Kinder, who wrote this book, The 7 Stages of Money Maturity. And here's a tip. You may want to get something to write on or input on your phone or tablet as we go through these 3 questions. George Kinder is the father of the life planning movement. He's Harvard educated, a certified financial planner professional, and an RLP, a registered life planner. Now, George actually helped create that designation, and many CFPs have received it over the years. George was a speaker at a think tank event that a team and I created in Washington, D.C. called the Personal Economic Summit, sponsored by the Institute of Certified Financial Planners. So if George is the father of the life planning movement and the 7 habits of money maturity, my team and I provided the birthing room or the setting for the cross-sector collaborations around the Personal Economic Summit and the financial health of Americans. So it was this think tank where George, as a speaker, first postulated many of these new ideas, and we're going to bring them to you today. So welcome to What's Next with Money. Let's get started. At What's Next with Money, we bring you ideas from around the world and showcase the concepts of thought leaders and apply them with our ideas, as well as new concepts, context, history, consumer policy, and future trends. And we do this through scans, relationships, professional relationships we've got, networks, and the fusion of people and ideas from diverse sector. Back to George Kinder's words. In life planning, they discover a client's deepest and most profound goals through a process of structured and non-judgmental inquiry. In these settings, clients are faced with what is important to them, addressing the deepest questions, sharing a concern or something that inspires them. The planner looks for moments of inspiration. George calls this lighting the torch. In his process, he covers your ideal day, your ideal week, your ideal year, values, and legacy. He promotes a values, goals-rich experience for a life clients are meant to live. It's the emergence of their native genius. You might say their calling. Today, we are looking at answers to the top 3 financial questions ever asked. And here we go. Question 1. Imagine you are financially secure. You have enough money to take care of your needs now and in the future. How would you live your life? Would you change anything? He wants you in this question to let yourself go. Don't hold back on your dreams. Describe a life that is completely yours and richly yours. When I think about this question, I go to something I created a few years ago called a dream board, and I have many categories of goals, and a lot of them have really come true. It's been amazing, but it helped me divide up my life into a lot of key areas. And we're actually doing a complete episode at What's Next with Money on using a dream board, but it can go into areas of philanthropy, family, small business, creativity, income, giving back, new ideas, arts, etc. Also, check out our program called My Lottery Fantasy, How to Plan and Spend Your Lotto Jackpot. And this is akin to the initial question George has asked, where you can imagine that you really have that financial security. And what would you do with that? You look at different ways to liberate your financial life. however people come into sudden money. This exercise can help populate items on a dream board or even a financial plan. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and you can always send us a question here at What's Next with Money. Go to our what'snextwithmoney.com website or the comment section in the YouTube comment area below. We're looking at answers to the top 3 financial questions ever asked. Here's question 2. Now imagine that you visit your doctor, and the doctor tells you that you only have 5 to 10 years to live. Now during this time, you're never going to feel sick, but you will have no notice of the moment of your death. What will you do in the time you have remaining? You've got 5 to 10 years to process this. What will you do in that time remaining? How will you change your life? Will you change your life? And note, this question, this is the financial planner in George, it doesn't assume unlimited funds. So George adds the constraint of financial resources, budgeting, savings, income, and investments. And it's a really smart thing to do. So he's bringing the best of his certified financial planner training to bear. Now, this question also has some COVID-19 relevance. And it was also a factor back in the AIDS crisis, before there were therapeutic drugs were developed and available. For example, I was interviewed in a Wall Street Journal article and noted at the time that folks with AIDS had planned financially for the inevitable, and with the advent of therapeutic drugs, the inevitable never came. So these are cases where folks have faced the prospect of mortality and dangerous life and death conditions, but their plans were on hold. Activities and in some cases, dreams halted or severely deferred. And now with COVID, we in America and around the world, these questions have been asked of us as well. And we're looking at answers to the top 3 financial questions ever asked. Here's question 3. Now, finally, imagine that your doctor shocks you with the news that you only have 24 hours to live. Notice what feelings arise as you confront your very real mortality. You ask yourself, what did you miss? What did you not get to be? What did you not get to do? Now, this also could relate back to a dream board where you try to pre-answer those questions for yourself. You try to identify, imagine that life so you don't have those deathbed regrets. George Kinder, the creator of these 3 questions, he says this question unlocks the passionate purposes of people. It's the inspiration question. The 3rd question usually generates responses in these 5 areas. The first area, family or relationships. 90% of the responses to this final question contain that response area. The second area is spiritual, faith, and philosophy. The third area is the world of creativity. Did you write that novel, that drama, create that music, learn that instrument, sculpt, paint, even be a social media creator? The fourth area is giving back, community, social change, the idea of making a difference. This certainly would include philanthropy. And the final area, the fifth area, is a sense of place, of location. This could be maybe a second place you own or visit a lot, helping the environment, the natural world, even travel. So at What's Next with Money, we are doing other YouTube programs on ideas such as financial eulogies, creating a money map that you can leave as a financial legacy and a roadmap, dream boards, career planning, optimizing your human capital, and relating it all to personal finance. So all these new topic areas that we will get into in future programs, and the three key questions from George Kinder raises several issues. It's questions for you, our viewers. How do you extend your values into your financial life and just your life? It's your story. In the musical Hamilton, a big theme throughout the program and the script is, who tells your story? What is your legacy beyond your death? Is it philanthropy, mentoring, creative works? One of my mottos is, live a life that demands an explanation. In other words, how did this guy do this? Why is he wired this way? So I'll break that down. Live a life that demands an explanation. It's a combination of life choices, people I've cared for and supported, and those that have cared for and supported me. It's projects executed, investments made and grown, how I spend my time, studies pursued, questions probed, curiosity answered, and experiences that I've had. So for me, living a life that demands an explanation evokes curiosity. We're looking at the answers to the top 3 financial questions ever asked, and only you can provide your answers. And you can see these 3 questions are relevant not only to the COVID-19 generation, but to the future. Life that happens with financial shocks, crashes, and downturns, but also opportunity. And these may be happening with increased frequency and volatility. So we want to thank George Kinder and his institution called the Kinder Institute of Life Planning for these 3 profound questions. And we're going to have links about George's book and the Kinder Institute as well. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm Brent Neiser, looking to see you next time on What's Next with Money.